Okay, short blog about a couple of sporting events over the past few days. My view from Richmond, Virginia, in America. Something I just want to pass my thoughts on. Really, number one is cricket and the really awful news about James Taylor today. Gutted for him, gutted for England, gutted for Notts. I love cricket. Everybody that knows me knows that I love cricket. It's the greatest day out you can have in the summer. Watching England play Test cricket is my favourite day out. Uh, Watching any professional sport, and I include football in that. I mean, and I love football. Football's my first sport. But if somebody said to me you can only go to one thing a year, it would be my day at the Test match, whether that's at Headingley, Trent Bridge, wherever. Obviously, Trent Bridge is special to me, but I don't mind where I go really. And obviously, you follow your local players, and from your local club. Nottinghamshire are my local, that's where I'm from, it's where I hail from. And James Taylor got into the team. He seemed to have to score a lot more runs than a lot of other people to get in the team. And he was always on like a last chance saloon, which always seems the case for Notts players. And he's very disappointing. But this lad, he took it on, got a load of runs in the summer last year, went out to South Africa, was part of the team that beat South Africa in South Africa, and we can all everybody can say, oh well, they didn't have Steyn, they didn't have Villander. Rubbish. We won away from home, beat them in the Test matches. Absolutely superb. And he was at the heart of that. He was at the centre of that. He got some runs early on in the series, and he also took some fantastic catches at short leg. And I'm just gutted for him. He's 26, and to not have to play, not be able to play any sport, whether you're an international player like he is or a club player. I was a club player at football and had to finish at the age of 27, did my knee, and was gutted, and it took me years to get over that, and nothing's ever replaced it, whether it's being a manager, coach of local clubs and getting involved, but nothing beats playing. And for this lad to not be able to play for England or Notts is just, I don't know how you would come to terms with that. I'm sure he will. He's a young guy. He's got his whole life in front of him, and I wish him all the very best. And I'm sure I speak for every cricket fan, whether you support Nottinghamshire or whoever. It doesn't matter. All England fans and cricket fans around the world will be very sad at that news. But your health's the most important thing, and I'm sure James will move forward and go on to other things in his life, and I wish him all the very best. Probably the second thing I want to talk about is the golf, and congratulations to a Sheffield lad, Danny Willet. Sheffield is my second city now. My daughter goes to uni there, but I've worked there now for almost 6 years, and it's become my adopted city. When I went to college back in the day, I knew a load of lads from Sheffield, so I've always had an affinity with Sheffield. The music scene out there as well, fantastic. Bands like, obviously at the moment, Arctic Monkeys, and but prior to that, bands like Pulp and the Human League and the new romantic scene, things like that was pretty cool. And of course, there's a big mod following as well around Sheffield that I've always found interesting. Seen the Who play there a couple of times, which was great. And Townsend always used to mention that. So it's great to see a local lad, Danny Willett, really pleased for him. Great to see England at the top of the charts again, especially out here in America. I can gloat a little bit, we got the 1-2 with another local guy to me, Westwood, getting yet another near miss in a major, which is disappointing. He seems to be the nearly man, he's the new Montgomery, if you like, and it's a shame, but I think Lee's happy really to be top three and go along like that. His interview after was a bit disappointing. It was almost as though he was happy to just come top three and not really go for it, or he got in when Willet he put it in at 16, I think it was, and either the hole before or the hole after, I don't know, I'm not a golfer, it doesn't really matter, but he gave a shot back straight away after he chipped in. And and it was a 4-footer, and I just thought, what, I knew you were going to miss that. I just knew it. And I'm sure loads of other golf fans around. It's not a criticism. I can't play golf. It's, he's a fantastic player, but it's just, you just felt it as if he's happy. He just hasn't got that get over the line mentality in a major. And these young lads coming through, it's great to see. I'm so pleased for Danny Willet, and that's fantastic. And probably the last thing is my hometown club, the club I support, Nottingham Forest. What a disaster that is, eh? Fawaz, please leave the club. You're a disgrace. We're not even, something about not paying the bills for tickets we had for the Derby game. Look, Derby are our biggest rivals. They beat us 1-0 on the day. Fair play to them. It was the right result. They deserved the win. We're in disarray, and we can't even pay for the tickets we had. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. We're becoming an embarrassment. The club, I've never felt so apathetic towards the club in all my years of supporting them, and that includes when we went down to League One. It includes some really bad times when I first supported the club in the early 70s when we went down. But they're a special club. I've always considered them the absolute coolest club in the world, and that's not just because I'm a Forest fan. It's just true. Our kit is fantastic. The things we've done, the Clough and Taylor years, we're just cool. The badge, everything about us, it's fantastic. We've got a great ground, we've got a great facility, and this bloke is just killing us. He's taking the heart and soul out of the club. You can see the players. I watched them last night, and they're frightened to death. I feel sorry for the guy that they've put in charge. He's like a rabbit in the headlights. He hasn't got a chance, and it's so sad to see. I only hope we stay up, and I can only see it by the clubs below us just not getting the points, because I just cannot see where we're going to get the points from. And if this bloke can please leave, and people will say, oh yeah, we need the money and this, that and the other. This club is bigger than this man, believe me. The money in football, everybody says, oh, we've got to get in the Premier League and that. Why have we got to get in the Premier League? What's so great about the Premier League? Players earning 200 grand a week, out of touch with the local fans and everything. I don't buy that. I never have. I think the Premier League's the worst thing that ever happened to English football. I think, it's become about the money. I hear fans saying, oh yeah, well, I want to finish top 4. I don't want to win the FA Cup. Are they for real? Are they absolutely for real? I've been to cup finals. I've seen my team win cup finals. I can't remember if it was finishing. We finished third a few times. Big deal. Wow. Didn't win anything. And that's what anybody that's played football, managed football, supported football knows it's about winning things. It should not. And they've re-educated Sky and the Premier League have re-educated football fans to think that earning money, is better. It's better to come top 4. Arsene Wenger calls it a trophy. No, it isn't. It's wrong. I know people will say I'm old-fashioned. Good. In that case, good. I'm glad I'm old-fashioned, because whenever I went out to play football, and believe you me, I wasn't a good footballer and I didn't play for good teams. It was Sunday League, crappy Saturday League stuff. But I tell you what, I always played to win, and so did the 10 lads on my team and the 11 against me. And I'm sure that counts at every level. So to accept finishing 4th or 3rd, or even one place outside the relegation is now considered success in the Premier League. No, it's not. So to fans of clubs like Villa, Newcastle and sides like, although I'll shed no tears for Newcastle if they go down for obvious reasons, but it's not the end of the world. It's a game of football at the end of the week that we all enjoy. You can go and support your club, and your clubs will be there. The clubs are bigger than any owners, any players, Sky TV, any of that. We're bigger than all of that, and the sooner we realise that and understand that, the better, and give the fans, give the game back to the fans and do it that way. So that's a bit of a real rant, isn't it? Started off about Nottingham Forest and really went into and this is a bloke who pays £100 a month to Sky, so I'm a hypocrite. Anyway, all right, I'll do one of these later, maybe another time. See you soon.